everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another hot, humid day here in North Carolina. It's Saturday morning. Already been after several things, getting everything greased up and fueled up and loaded in Dad's truck here. We're going to run the truck down there, and my buddy's going to pick me up and come back and get the loader in the Oliver. We got the tire back on it, so unfortunately it's going to be another clearing video. He's going to try to get after these bees first thing this morning and put some gas on those yellow jackets nests we ran into in the last video there of the clearing. So it rained quite a bit. We didn't get much out of the tropical storm, but we did get a pretty good shower last night, actually more than tropical storm. So it's a little damp, but I think as dry as it was here, everything will be fine. So we're going to try to get after it here. I'm not sure. Probably going to work on the fence line, and I got the pole saw from my buddy again. Probably going to work on that other fence line where we left off on the donkey pasture. So we'll bring you along for a little bit of it today. Like I said, you guys ever get bored of seeing this, just let me know. If you don't care anything about it or whatever, I'll quit videoing it. But it's just another step. Some days are equipment going and doing good things, and other days are just miscellaneous clearing like this. So we're getting after it. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, you saw me clear the half of this fence line several videos ago. I went ahead and mowed the wet part here the other day when I did the future plan video, so the grass is down. So we're going to try to get this section here pulled back and get uplifted as much as we can. It's a little damp down here, so I'm not sure how it'll go. We're either going to work on this side or the other side of the same fence. We got quite a few trees to uplift there while I got the pole saw, so just thought I'd give you a heads up on what it looks like to begin with. Like I said, right in here probably is the thickest part. We're probably about 15-20 feet off the fence line there, maybe 30, but I'll bring you back when we get started. Okay, change of plans. Had the camera off for, I don't know, an hour or two. Loaders broke down again. Basically the same thing that happened last time, or last Monday last time we were clearing rather. And like I told y'all in the beginning, this thing, when we bought it, the guy said every once in a while you'd have to blow the sediment bowl out, stuff would settle. And I've seen, I think it's a piece of plastic or something in there, but anyway, it's happened one time, maybe twice since we had it in over a year, right after we got it. And I just kept it full of fuel. So we've had one issue, which I think actually was the plastic getting down in there. I don't know, a month or so ago when I was clearing along the property line because I let it get so low of fuel. But basically, what has happened last week, the switch right here went out. I've already put one switch in it. That was what destroyed the starter. I started it one day and didn't realize the starter was still engaged because of the switch, and we destroyed the starter. That was last winter. So I put a new switch in it, and everything's been fine. Well, last week when I went to crank it up before we started clearing, I had to hit the switch 3 or 4 times, and before it would crank. Well, finally it went completely out that day, wouldn't crank at all, so I was just jumping it over with the starter wire. Well, what it is, I'll show you here in a minute. This thing's got a little electric fuel pump on it. I guess it's considered like a lift pump. And so what I think is happening is, I don't know why it runs so long, maybe the heat or whatever, I don't know. But the switch being bad, it's not getting any power to anything, because I was noticing today that my amp gauge wasn't registering at all. So there's no battery power to the switch, which means there's no power to the fuel pump. And I noticed last week when I was messing with it, when I blew the tank out, that I didn't really hear that fuel pump running, but once it cranked up and ran the rest of the day, another 2 hours, you know, I don't know, I just passed it off. So bottom line, what I'm gonna have to do here is pull this out, and I'm gonna farmer fix it for today, probably rig a toggle switch up to cut the fuel pump on and put power for the alternator so it'll charge the batteries up, and then maybe get another switch later. I'm gonna have to put it somewhere different, because right behind this, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right there is the radiator, and this basically sits on top of the radiator, so all the heat from the radiator goes right in there. And these are just little cheap switches, so instead of just trying to get a higher dollar switch, I think I'm just going to rewire it sometime soon and put the switch somewhere different and get it away from all this heat. So that's what we're doing right now. So let me get situated here, and I'll bring you along for a little bit of the repair. We started out clear, and now we're doing repair work. Okay, well, we were able to get everything back together. Just put a new toggle switch in here. I drilled the hole in the wrong spot, got in a hurry. This is basically just temporary for right now, but click that on and puts power back to everything, and the fuel pump's working now, which wasn't before. So that was the issue with the key switch over there for the second time. So that must have been what it was doing, just running out of fuel without the, I don't know, basically lift pump, I guess you would say, getting fuel up there to it. Might have been because as it gets lower on fuel, wasn't as much weight in it pushing the fuel that way. So hopefully that'll solve it. It definitely put me behind so far today. Give you a little quick tidbit here. Working on this tree line here, this donkey pasture down there, I mean bottomland donkey pasture here. I'm hoping to get these 4 or 5 nice cedar trees uplifted and get the brush pushed out of the way there. And if so, we'll probably just call this in a short video with a breakdown and whatnot. Buddy's gone for the day, so I'm winging it myself and don't have it about another hour and a half today. So we'll see what else we can get accomplished. I might put you on the loader for a few minutes while we clean some of this brush up, and then we'll probably call this one good. Okay, well, it wasn't a very productive day in a sense, but we got a lot done. Starting here at the corner, this is the corner of Cedar for the donkey pasture in the bottomland, and you can kind of see there we got a lot of big cedars. I uplifted a lot of them, and that's what I'm after. Those will stay, that line will stay. There's still a lot of thinning down through there, right along the fence line. I've got to take some more trees out, and some of them I'm gonna have to cut off at the stump. They're too big. But basically, you can see from here over is probably 30-40 feet, and then as you go down, it ventured out. So I probably gained, I don't know, up here at the top 40 feet, let's say, and then down at the bottom probably closer to 80 feet of field here. And there's a whole lot of dirt work I've got to do here. There's a bunch of knolls and hills, and right out there in the middle is where it always stays wet. So try to get as many of these trees down as I can, and there's a big knoll right there at the fence line. I'm gonna try to cut that down and bring some of that dirt down here and push the water all the way over to the middle little ditch line over there where the creek used to be. Okay, so I'll show you what we got accomplished. Okay, everybody, I believe we'll wrap this one up for today. Got a little bit more clear and finished. I was tickled that I got both sides of the fence line down so far. We've got to go along, stand in the back of the dump truck with the electric pole saw and get them up just a little bit higher, but the majority of that's gone. I think we killed 3 or put gas on 3 yellow jackets nests today, and we found 2 or 3 more, so we didn't gain any ground there, but they weren't anywhere where we were working today, so caught it good with that. But the loader breaking down kind of put us behind. You know, I feel stupid that I didn't check that the other day in more detail, but I don't know, I really don't know what the deal is, but it's fixed now and running. I used it for about 2 more hours, 3 more hours after the repair there, so I'm not going to babble on too much. I know the content wasn't a whole lot. Trying to mix things up a little bit with this clearing. I know you guys get bored seeing it, and maybe some chainsaw work and high speed and different camera angles, but I don't know how it turned out. We'll have to wait and see. So just want to say thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. You know, hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Share the video to get them out there. Might be somebody else interested in a little bit of what I'm doing here in the reclaim process. It's slow go, but we're going to get there eventually. So I think that'll do it. I'm tired, I apologize. I'm very tired. It has been hot today here in North Carolina, so we'll see what happens in the next couple days. Until next time, thank you.